We are talking about the movie Superman, directed by James Gunn.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
I said it before, and I am gonna double down. This movie is the best DCU movie I have ever seen. The bar for the DCU was already pretty low. There wasn't much of a ceiling. That being said, Superman, there was really no possibility of Superman ever failing for real.
That's funny.
It just had to be a great movie. It just couldn't be a bad movie. I don't think it was a bad movie. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was one of the best comic book movies I've ever watched. I'm going to say it again. I think it is the best DCU movie I have ever seen. James Gunn, he knows what he's doing. He's gotten the formula. He's worked for the best and now is trying to be the best. That's the formula. Superman is like Iron Man in the sense. It is the start of something new, and it leaves you with the wonder and the curiosity of what's to come next.
Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States
Representing
will
anybody
cause
except
more
for me.
problems around the world.
And doing good.
David Cornsweet, who plays Superman, hopefully I didn't botch his last name, fantastic job. He is Superman. I believe that he is Superman. I'm not a diehard Henry Cavill fan like how some of these Henry Cavill fans are, but I loved his Superman. When you are talking about a comic book movie, who is going into this movie looking for realism? And I'm just speaking facts. I'm being for real. One of the cool things about Man of Steel was how realistic it was. I will say that. But for Superman, Superman isn't a dark character, all right? Superman is colorful. He wears trunks, all right? And I think that's obviously what James Gunn was going for. He was going for a Superman that was approachable, a Superman that you could just walk up to and give a hug. I've heard plenty of people say that he's a Superman that you would literally give a hug, that you'd want to hang out with. James Gunn made it relatable and realistic in that way. People shouldn't go into this movie trying to find realism, all right? We're talking about an alien that touched down on Earth and is fighting crime to save the day. There's not much realistic activities that are going on in this movie. We're dealing with superheroes. The characters were fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Guy Gardner, played by Nathan Fillion. Hawkgirl, I don't know the actress's name. Mr. Terrific, I know his name is Eddie. I can't pronounce his last name. Standouts. I mean, I know the Justice Gang has been around for a little bit and they are funded by Maxwell Lord. I thought that was pretty cool. I wonder what they're going to do with his character. Maxwell Lord is played by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, if you didn't know. I do like the Justice Gang. Nathan Fillion brings a snarky, asshole, narcissistic character in Guy Gardner, who is that character in the comics. This is a very, very accurate Guy Gardner. To the bowl cut, to how he speaks, to how he acts, to how he uses his Green Lantern powers. There is a scene with Guy Gardner, he drops down and he just completely disrespects the military government, and it's funny, it's hilarious. This movie is funny. A lot of people don't like the humor in this movie. But in my written review, because I did write a review, I said James Gunn does a perfect job of blending the humor with emotion and the action. I found myself smiling from ear to ear, from start to finish. I loved the action. I was laughing my ass off, and there were some heartfelt moments. There was a moment in particular with Clark Kent and his stepdad, Pa Kent. And it was emotional.
What makes you who you are?
I didn't cry or nothing like that. Of course I didn't cry. Fuck I look like.
Somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
I think the person that was sitting next to me was crying at that part. They had a very heart-to-heart conversation. His dad saying how proud he was. That was emotional. I see a lot of people online saying that James Gunn did a bad job of blending the emotion with the comedy, because a lot of the scenes that could have had more emotion and more feeling to it, people are saying it got undercut by the comedy. There's a specific scene in the movie. It's literally a promo shot with shit going on in the background and Superman's pulling up his boots. You guys have no context as to what that scene is, but that scene is something that people are not liking because they don't think that James Gunn did a great job of blending the comedy with how emotional the scene was. I thought it worked. When I saw it in the trailers, I was confused. I was like, why would Superman be doing this? But it makes complete sense in the movie. Once you have context, it makes complete sense in the movie why he would do it. This wasn't a perfect movie, okay? While the action was spectacular, the camera movement was incredible. And when I say incredible, every single fight scene, no matter how fast Superman was going, this man, it came back just like that, right? You saw him moving. There's a scene in the trailer where he's like, hey, buddy, eyes up here. And it literally tracks him all the way up there and has a shot that's just, oh my God, the shots in this are incredible.
No matter what you do to me, Luthor.
The way they use the camera with all of these action scenes with people moving in super speed, Mach speed, it's crazy. You see everything. It's visually stunning. Now, what didn't I like about the movie? One nitpick was dealing with Lex Luthor. They had to figure out a certain language and decipher a message, right? I'm just gonna sit out and say it. It's a Kryptonian message, right? Lex is trying to decipher a Kryptonian message. The way he figures out the rest of the message, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Because in the movie, they're saying that he had tech specialists and different teachers and professors that dealt with foreign languages and shit like that. I'm sorry. How many professors and tech specialists have ran into Kryptonian language? I'm just saying. That I didn't understand that. I'm not buying that. I think they just did that to push the plot along. I was sitting in the theater like, really? So you're telling me there's people on Earth that just know how to decipher a language from another planet? I just thought that was weird. Guys, I'm trying to beat around this bush, okay? This is a bush of non-spoiler territory, and I'm trying to beat around it, okay? I'm not trying to spoil the movie for y'all. If anyone were to spoil something for me, I would fucking... What the fuck you spoiling the movie for? Anyways.
Make a move, Big Blue.
The CGI was not bad at all. Anyone that sits here and says that the CGI was bad, they're bullshitting. Honestly, that was some of the best Superman CGI I have ever seen. He's going at Mach speeds and the territory is changing around him, but it's literally just, it's a close-up shot of Superman. You can't really see the environment, but you know the environment is changing. That's how fast that brother was moving. I've never seen a shot like that before. A shot that looked as clean. Maybe the closest shot I can think of was Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is crazy because this is directed by the same person. So there you go. That shit goes hand in hand. Lex Luthor, fantastic. One of the best comic book villains I have seen since Thanos. This Lex Luthor is probably top 5 in my villains of live action movies, MCU and DCU. Obviously, Joker's in there. Thanos, Loki. You could put Lex Luthor right there. I don't know who the 5th one would be, but you could put Lex Luthor at 4. And I don't think many people would disagree. Nicholas Hoult plays this version of Lex Luthor so well. It looks like there were scenes when I was looking at him where I was like, damn, bro, I feel like I'm looking at Lex Luthor in a comic book. Lex just fucking hates him. He hates Superman because Superman has just landed on Earth and people just fawn over that nigga. They love him. They just love him. And Lex hates that. I think that's a valid hatred. It's not sparked off of your cliche, oh, Superman didn't save this person, or Superman is the reason why my wife died or my child died. That cliche bullshit, that's how you get a villain started. No, Lex just starts off hating the dude. It just reminds you of a comic book. I'm so serious. It just reminds you of a comic book. And that's the best part about this movie. This movie is a comic book that is a movie. And bro, even Guy Gardner's getting tossed around while he's trying to hold the shit steady and shit. Like it's very comic booky, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm a comic book fan. I love movies that are comic booky. It's not gonna work for everybody. I noticed that. Shout out to Tyrone Magnus. Shout out to Jeremy Johns. Those are two reviewers that I respect so much. And if I ever get to work with them or collab with them or even just get to be in the same room with them or talk to them, I would literally cherish that moment, and I would literally have my notebook writing notes, learning from them. I respect them so much. I watch them every day. They both did not like Superman. Tyrone Magnus specifically called it a piece of trash. It's all subjective. It didn't work for him. I respect that, and I still watch his reviews to this day. Anyone that unfollows him or unsubscribes him because he doesn't like a movie you like, bro, you don't need to be on YouTube, Instagram. You don't need to be on any of this shit. You don't need to be watching reviews, because that means that you think everyone is just going to like what you like. But this movie's not going to work for everybody, and it worked for me. I think most of you guys are going to like it. I have now seen it twice, and I might see it a third time. Who knows? I might go see it in Dolby. I didn't even talk. There are 2 post-credit scenes. I'm not even going to lie, y'all. The real post-credit scene is a part of the actual movie. There is no crucial post-credit scene. If this is DC's Iron Man, there had to be a post-credit scene somewhere. I really feel like they should have had a post-credit scene that added to the universe. It would have went above and beyond if they had a post-credit scene that was leading to maybe Supergirl or leading to another DC character. They didn't have to name drop. Again, they did have their little post-credit scene before the post-credits, which we all know. If you don't know, I'm sorry. Spoiler, I guess. Supergirl is in this film. And if you didn't know that, maybe you live under a rock. But that has been reported. It is not a spoiler. Don't cancel me. But they had 2 post-credit scenes that literally didn't mean anything. If you're trying to beat the traffic, bro, once the first sort of credits roll, just get out of there. These 2 post-credit scenes, they don't mean nothing. If I had to rate it, I rated it at a 9 out of 10. All right, 9 out of 10. That is a excellent movie, not a perfect movie. It is hard for movies to get a 10 out of 10. This movie wasn't perfect. It had its problems. I forgot to talk about some things, I'm for sure. Something I know I forgot to talk about was Crypto. Crypto was fantastic. I feel like they could have cut some of the Crypto jokes because it did cut into the drama of what was going on a couple times. But there were some scenes where it was like, it was very heroic and very serious. And it stops to let the audience know, yeah, Crypto is not a good dog and he's a bad dog. It takes away from the emotion, the drama that is surrounding Superman. With that being said, y'all, this is my non-spoiler review. I will do a spoiler review eventually, once I get this video edited down and posted and sent out. Thank you guys for listening. This is something that I want to start doing a lot more of. Movies are my thing. Film and TV is my thing. I want to inform you guys on what movies are good and what movies are bad. Nobody's paying me. Marvel's not paying me. DC's not paying me. YouTube isn't even paying me. This is Will's Words of Wisdom. Thank you guys for joining me. And the next movie we'll probably be reacting to or doing a review for is Fantastic Four. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at itsmesham_ or itsmesham_TTV. You can follow my main page, which is Will T. Alexander. That you'll get my personality. It's me Sham _ on YouTube. Letterboxd, if you want to see my written reviews. And also TikTok. It's me Sham _ I believe with 2 underscores. Make sure you guys follow me and subscribe to me on all those things if you want to know more content, Marvel, DC, movie, etc., etc. Thank you guys for listening. And this is the video. Yada.